Hi friends! I probably should have warned you that I was going to go live so more people could join, but I don't know. I'm just spontaneous like that. Anyway, I'm pretty close to the Wi-Fi source, but I don't know. I always end up having problems anyway. I don't know why I'm doing this outside. Oh wait, yeah I do, because of the noise. But it's like 90 degrees out here and we have air conditioning inside. I see one person who's with me. Oh, three people. Hello. My son will be coming out here once in a while to ask for jambalaya directions because, oh, hi, Akira. Because I'm making him cook. Actually, he wants to learn to cook. But I thought I would just make him do all of it. Thanks for joining. So, I've been very busy lately. And, whoops, sorry. Up to lots of shenanigans. Um, my son is cooking jambalaya. Can you hear him singing? Right now he's waiting for his sister to cook sausage, or not cook, but cut it up. And he was asking me how to cut peppers, and I told him to go look it up on YouTube. That's the level of helpfulness I have today. Yeah, he sings all the time. So, one of the screws came out of my tablet stand, so I get a little wiggly like this. Sorry about that. How are you guys doing? What's going on with you? I have video clips that need to be made into a video. I have videos that I want to make. I have you know, so many things that I need to get done, and I'm having some problems with my editor. So it can handle things in small amounts. But oh, hi Heather. Oh, thank goodness Heather is here to like boot people when needed. I like to call her drunk with power Heather. So, um, anyway, what was I saying? I don't remember. Oh, thanks, Baron. I remember when it seemed like I was never going to get to 100 subscribers. Like they say that's what takes the longest is getting 100, and then it goes faster after that. But my last 1,000 was my fastest 1,000, I think. And oh, thank you for being my brain, Acura. Okay, so yeah, I have some really cool footage from the beach, but when I try to plug it into the editor timeline thingy, it says building preview over and over and over, and just kind of the video like jumps, and so I can't really see what's happening. And the thing is, my son used my editor for a school thing, and it was doing it a lot more after that, and he said he didn't change any settings, and I kind of doubt that, and I can't figure out what he did. And there's like an update that I could buy, but I don't know if that would actually fix the problem or not. So I'm feeling really annoyed about that. And I had gotten started on the beach video, but um, as I was trying to fix it, I checked for an update and it just closed it out and it lost everything that I did. So, what device does who have? I'm not on top of things today. Um, Okay, disable previews. Well, I have to be able to see what I'm, like how things are turning out. Um, it's called VideoPad. I don't know if there's a reset default option. I'm wondering if they have tech support, like real tech support, not, you know, the fake people that I talk to. So I thought I was going to get a video made about something last week. Like I made some clips and sometimes I'm working on it and I get interrupted for various reasons. Hi, Christy. Oh, you work for Apple? It's a device issue. It's a editing program that I bought. It's made by a company called NCHS, I think. And then the program itself is called VideoPad. And it's been pretty user friendly for me. Um, but my son took editing classes at school, or video production classes. You guys, look at my new Fitbit band. It's rainbowy. Can you see it? Someone's laughing maniacally in there. So, in his production class, they used Adobe, and he's always telling me how horrible my editing software is, blah, blah, blah. But he doesn't have that at home, and he couldn't finish it at school, so he used my program, and I went to upload something and realized, it's logged into his account, and then I had to, oh, it's hard to explain. But I had to like do some things all over again. Yes, this band, I got it on Amazon for less than $10, and um, I've been enjoying the Fitbit quite a bit, especially um, keeping track of my sleep. My sleep is horrible. So I get really excited when I see proof that I slept at least 7 hours, which has been my goal, but a lot of the time I only do 4 or 5 or sometimes 3, which isn't good. But I mean, I've had all these opportunities to sleep in, and I just can't. And I think it's because our mattress is bad. So I just slept at my friend's house the other night. She had the most fun party ever, and I slept on her daughter's mattress. And I woke up going, "Oh, I don't feel like I want to die when I wake up. That's nice." So we need a new mattress. They're just so dang expensive. Hi, Eileen. Did I say hi to everyone? I guess I said hi to Baron. Oh, hi, John. Oh, hi, Diane. Sorry. I'll do my best to keep up here. I get rambly and then I don't notice things. Oh, it's really warm out here, you guys, but I have like a giant glass of water, so that should help. And I'm kind of in the shade. So, hi, Travis. Yeah, Adobe, I don't know if I would be able to figure it out because my son had bought one called Vegas something through Steam. I couldn't figure out simple things like just moving a clip. Like you should be able just to drag the clip to a different part of the timeline, and I looked up video after video and couldn't figure out how to do it, and I'm sure they would have turned out nice. I also tried a trial of Lightworks, I think. That also wasn't very user-friendly for me, and finally I was able to figure out VideoPad. So that's been going good, and so I don't know if if there's not enough memory, if that's affecting it or what. But anyway, I'm feeling frustrated because I have a bigger video coming up that I'm going to do, and I feel like it's going to end up being a nightmare if it's doing the building preview thing. So, if I want to do anything in fast motion or slow motion, that especially makes it lag, and so I can't see how it's turning out, or if I got the parts that I really wanted to have in there. So, anyway, blah blah blah. You guys having a fun summer? Wyatt, I don't do live scammer calls because sometimes they say things that get really disgusting, and yeah, I'd rather be able to edit things out in case there are innocent children watching, which they should not be. Well, hi, Teresa. Hey, Teresa, we have issues with our sheets fitting when we have a topper. Oh. Hi, Mariposa. How are you? See, I'm past 9,200 now, and I think by the end of the summer I'll be at 10,000, and I'll have to get in touch with Steph, who told me that, hi, Ubuntu. Why did you change your name to Evil Ubuntu instead of just Ubuntu Ubuntu? Christy, which channel is it? I know there's a few who do live ones. Hi, Catherine. How are you doing? Hi, Lee. Hi, Blanca. Is it Blanca or Bianca? Blanca. You went evil after you lost $300 on the World Cup final. Hi, Helena. Hi, Valentino. It looks like a beautiful sunset. I think we should have one. So I got the reflection of my window here. Oh, thanks, Catherine. Yeah, I'm feeling more relaxed now that my concert is over and stuff. It's just been one thing after another. Lots of things going on. And I've taken on new piano students, and that's always a little difficult at the beginning, especially when you're taking over from a previous piano teacher, because they're used to their previous one, and no one does anything the same. Um, so it's an adjustment. Oh, thanks, Mariposa. Well, I'm on Twitter, so if anyone ever wants to give me numbers on Twitter, that's really helpful. Lots of times people send me numbers, though, and I don't get to use them until the number is, like, shut down, is the way it's gone for me lately. So, oh, hi, John. I've been wondering how you're doing, John. How's the baby? Oops, I dropped my thing. Heather, you had a flood? And Christy had a microburst? That's not good. Where do you live that you have that happen? So I thought I would have more time to make calls during the summer, but with all the kids home and having various activities going on, there's more noise. And the The calls can be really time consuming because sometimes they just won't pick up until you bother them for a long time. Someone's messaging me. Yeah, my sister used to live in Colorado, and their house would get damaged from hail and crazy wind, and like one day it's extremely hot and another day it's extremely cold, so it's very hard on the houses. So, yeah, I have to figure out my editing issues before I have to make a big video next week. Heather, you're in southern Utah? I always forget that. My memory is not as good as it used to be. Probably because I don't ever get enough sleep. And then this last week, my boys were all volunteering at Cub Camp. So that left me home with the girls. And, um, yeah. I should just, well, I got a cheap little crappy cell phone. I don't know if you guys saw my one video. It was like a burner phone. I should just drive away to somewhere quiet and make a call. Oh, thank you, Acura. That's so generous of you. So I can reload the card. So it was like $25 for, well, the phone itself, I think it was 20 something. I'm not really sure. But, and then you buy the plan for the month, and so it's unlimited calls and texts for the month. And so towards the end of this month, I can decide to refill that, I guess. So I probably will. What pushed me over the edge was driving to the Oregon coast alone with my girls, and it was like a 5-hour drive, and I was too worried about getting a flat tire or breaking down. So, like, I've held out as long as I can. Um, yeah, but the sound on the phone is not very good, and my husband can barely hear me. But the weird thing is, he can hear me better if I put it on speakerphone. He doesn't get why. So I don't know. We've reached a time where if you break down, no one's going to help you because they assume you have a cell phone. Hi, little piece. Um, what phone is it? It's a cruddy little flip phone. I've had too many friends. Like I didn't want like games being played on it and stuff, but a lot of my friends have had their kids or they themselves break their phones. So I didn't want a smartphone thing. I wanted something that could close so it could be more protected, and I don't want to get in the habit of like constantly texting and stuff. So it's a nightmare to text on that thing because you have to like there's no like keypad thing or like little keyboard. You have to like press a number a certain amount of times to get the right letter. So it takes forever. I don't remember what the phone is called, but not fancy at all. Yeah, I don't understand giving kids iPhones because it's super expensive. Um, it's bad enough having one phone you're worried about breaking, but to give it to all the kids and just all the internet issues and stuff, and Yeah. I've had friends whose kids did things on their phones that they didn't think they were capable of doing, and excuse me. And they talked to them about internet safety and everything, but they got into some really bad situations. So, um, I will hold off on my kids having any internet devices for as long as possible. And they're like a problem at school too. The teachers have to email us and ask them not to bring them. And oh, that's cool, Christy. Hi, Deccan. Yeah, they are too smart. So one of my friends, her daughter, she was about 14 at the time, ended up in having chats with a grown man. So that kind of thing's my worst nightmare. Oh, there's a hummingbird. Oh, it flew away. I would have showed it to you. I love sitting out here watching the hummingbirds. And there's this one crow that comes out every day, and if we're sitting out here, it'll go like way up in the trees and squawk at us like it wants us to go away. Like it doesn't want to come down and drink the water from our fountain unless we're gone. There are some scary people out there. I have a close relative who's on a 7-year assignment as a police officer, um, dealing with child pornography and trafficking and stuff. So, um, yeah, I'm having a pretty hard time with that right now. I mean, just it makes me really mad that anyone should have to look at that. But like cops, they have to. But no matter what, it's gonna impact you, you know. And I've been dealing with a bit of a situation involving a person who was busted for that years ago. I won't get into specifics there, but the guy can be Googled. I guess he doesn't assume that everyone would Google him, but I was creeped out to the point that I Googled and found out his history. Um, I don't want to be involved in any way. I don't want to interact with him. Um, I also don't want to. I mean, I don't want to be mean either. Like I hope he has been working on it. Um, but there's super long-term consequences to doing that kind of thing. But if he tries to continue interacting with me, then I'm gonna have to get mean. Hi, Evan. Thank you so much. Yay, wrenches galore. Yes, Heather. John says T-Mobile has an awesome parent controller thingy. You can set the phone to not work to other numbers. That's awesome. Christy, are you saying perverts multiply like roaches? Is that what you mean? Yeah, I just I don't understand how their brains work. I, yeah, little piece. I am nice to people the majority of the time, but if you cross my boundaries after I've already tried to kindly deal with things, then I get mean. Haven't gotten there yet. Right now, I'm just avoiding as much as possible. John, that's cool. It sounds like T-Mobile is the way to go. Yeah, Terry, it's really hard, and this relative of mine had to um, arrest the husband of someone he knows uh, pretty recently, and then also the employee of someone a loved one hired. It starts to make you feel like it's all around you, you know? Like it's really hard as a mom. Like, who am I walking by at the grocery store with my kids? Like it do I know the YouTube channel DVR? That sounds familiar. Is that a scam baiting one? Hi Vicky. So we have some new patio furniture. Well, not new, but got it from my sister-in-law. And I'm not feeling as comfortable as I thought I would. It's like that iron patio furniture, and my husband got some cushions for it. I think I need double the cushions. Hi Vincent, how are you doing? Deccan, yeah, I understand that. Yes, little piece, no means no. Death glares also mean no, but some people don't understand that. And like if you've done something horrible involving children, and that can be easily Googled, don't touch me. Ever. Yeah. Most most people in general, both men and women, when I talk to them, if they say hi, they don't feel like they have to reach out and touch me. And if it's a close friend, I don't care if they want to give me a hug or something like that. But anything you want to say to me, you can say without touching me. So it just seems like it should be like a common sense thing that if you were immersed in child pornography and in chatting with minors online, you would think the person would keep their hands off, right? Wouldn't that make sense? Yeah. Not that I'm super angry, or yes, I am. I just don't get it. Okay, Christy. Well, I'll have to teach. I have to check that out. Let's just sit here and listen to my son sing. What time is it here? Let me look on my rainbowy Fitbit. It's 6:40, and we haven't had dinner yet. But that's okay, because my son's making it. Christy, that's terrifying. Who? Who was the serial killer? Terry, he's singing just for fun. And to keep his skills up. Yes, Vincent, it is disturbing. Um, what's crazy is in our state, and well, this was a while back. I don't know if things have changed, but like if someone is caught with thousands of files, it doesn't count as many counts. So like this person, let me address this a bit. This person didn't have a previous felony, and so the max sentence was 14 months. That's it. Like, and they had stuff involving 2-year-olds. Like, I don't understand. And I couldn't find a follow-up article about what the sentence actually was, so maybe it wasn't even that much. Maybe it was time served for all I know. But it just, however long ago it was and whatever time they got, just like, don't touch me. Don't talk to me about my children. Nothing. Um, sorry, I'm catching up on comments here. Oh, thanks, Mariposa. We had fun with that one. Vincent, you were thrown out a window when you were 2? By who? Sorry if that's too personal, but... yeah, Acura. 14 months is not very long for someone who had thousands of files, including, 2-year-olds being abused and chatting with minors. It's messed up. So that's just a slap on my wrist, really. And what is this bug that keeps attacking me? Sorry, I don't even know what it is. But bugs. I have tons of bug bites. So I wonder how many other people around me have gotten a slap on the wrist. Ubuntu, as far as I know, they didn't actually touch any 2-year-olds. They just had thousands of images involving minors, and there were 2-year-olds being abused. So obviously they were moving in that direction. If they didn't already, because sometimes that stuff never comes out if it's like in a family, you know. Like I had a friend who said his sister didn't tell what was happening to her, or what their dad did, until she was about to get married, and she was abused for 10 years. Oh, thanks, Acura. Hope you have a good night. Vince, a babysitter? We just had a woman like in the sort of Seattle area advertising herself as a babysitter, and it turned out her boyfriend's mom had footage of her abusing the baby. Like, and she has her own baby too. Just messed up. Like, why? Ugh, gosh. Yeah, I don't think I had a babysitter for our oldest. Well, other than my parents, but we never hired a babysitter until he was like 3. At which point he could talk and tell us if anything bad happened. So, and then with Sabrina, we have, our kids who can watch her. So we've never had to hire anyone yet. But yeah, I'm pretty untrusting. Christy, that is so scary. Yeah, it's very unsettling how many sickos there are. Yeah, Christy, you're not the only one. And that kind of thing can happen very quickly. Oh, here comes the train. Oh wow. Deccan says, can you guys hear me at all over the train? Deccan says, some guy tried to pick me up one time when I was walking home from school. Got his license plate number. That's awesome. Awesome you got the plate number, not awesome that he tried to pick you up. Back then you could call and get the name. My mom called his wife. Good for your mom. I told this story in one of my videos, and it doesn't have very many views, so most likely you didn't see it. But pretty sure I told this story. Um, Thanks, little piece. That's a good a good phrase. Um, there are there are always people around when he interacts with me, you know. So Not that I'm trying to protect him or anything, but like there are a lot of people who don't know me, and so um, they're gonna wonder if there's something wrong with me. But I don't know. I'm kind of at the point where I don't care. So, um, John, what about the cleaning caddy? um, anyway, what was I gonna say? My son singing keeps distracting me in trains. Um, yeah, the worst is when things happen in families because there's always going to be that. I mean, if someone outside the family, you don't ever have to see them again. And if you decide, hey, I don't want to go to this function with extended relatives, well, eventually there's going to be a funeral or something when you feel like you absolutely have to go. And, you know. Okay, thanks, John. The story. All right. So, I was babysitting years ago. I used to babysit a lot for our next door neighbors. And then when we moved somewhere else in the neighborhood, they still asked me to come babysit. And then the dad would drive me home, and he made me feel uneasy. And I would have preferred the wife drive me home. And I should have just said that, like, hey, I don't want, but you don't want to be rude, because I was like 12 or something like that. But anyway, I got an obscene phone call while I was babysitting for them, and it sounded exactly like the husband. And I never babysat for them again. I called, well, first I tried to get a hold of my mom, but I couldn't. So I called a close friend of the family and asked her to come pick me and the kids up right away. She took me and the kids to our house, and I left a note for their parents, um, saying what happened, even though I was 99% positive it was their dad. Um, and the same person called me at our house just a week or two later. Anyway, yeah, that's one unsettling thing that happened. Um, John. Oh, John, speaking of the guy who hit on me while I was carrying my cleaning caddy, I don't feel so special now, you know? Um, my my friend's mother-in-law was visiting, and they live pretty close to that guy, and she's like, I mean, she hasn't aged well either. So she looks like she's in her 70s, and this guy's probably could be 30s, 40s. And he asked her out for a cup of coffee, and she actually told him yes, but I don't know if she actually went out with him, but I pretty much died laughing. Oh, Baron, you have a special uncle, huh? I'm sorry to hear that. It's the worst. Hi,
How
you
many
need
onions should I cut?
instructions? You need 3 cups of chopped onion or diced onion.
So how many onions is that?
Usually one large onion
One
is
large
is
onion?
good enough.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you need a cup of diced pepper,
Okay.
and then you're gonna season the chicken with some of the salt and cayenne, and then the rest of the salt and cayenne will go in the pot with the onions and the peppers.
Okay. Do you want me to just cut one onion or do you want me to cut more?
Whatever makes 3 cups. It's not child labor anymore because he's 18. Yeah, Terry, that's for sure. And, you know, they say that people become predators because they were abused themselves, and it would just make sense that they would decide that really sucks, and so I won't do that to another person. I don't get it. Like, oh, okay, have a good night, John. Hi, Karen. How are you doing? Karen, we're talking about our favorite subject, perverts. Isn't that fun? It's uplifting. That's how I celebrate almost getting to 10,000 is talking about pervs. This won't probably get demonetized. That's all right. Oh, Christy, an empty nest. That's sad. I don't even want to think about that. There are times I think about my boys moving out, though. Usually during the fighting. So, seeing if I missed anything here. Karen, tell us some pervert stories. Deccan says creepy old guys are so weird. I had teachers hit on me in high school, plus one of my dad's friends used to say pervy things to me when no one was around. Ew. Yeah, once I hit a certain age, we had a family friend who winked at me across the table, and that's all it took for me to just decide I didn't really want to talk to him anymore. I didn't appreciate it. I had a gym teacher who was a perv. Um, did I tell that story in the video I made? I don't know. I have I have three boys. Um, apparently I have too many pervert stories that I can't keep track of which ones I've told. So, um, with first of all, with my gym teacher, the special ed teacher used to walk through during our class every single day we had gym, and they'd make eyes at each other and like they thought we were just young dumb children and didn't know what was going on. And so she'd walk through the gym and go into his office. I imagine, well, I won't say what I imagine, but I'm sure she left some inappropriate things for him. And my mom worked at my school and caught them making out one day. Surprise! So he was married, not to her. Um, and then we had this they called it units back then. I don't really want to say the word unit right now. Um, but we would do tumbling, and sometimes we worked on two people tumbling exercises like two-person cartwheels. You do like handstands on their knees and all sorts of crazy stuff. And I was his little golden child. I was the little gymnast. So he called me up to be an example for one of the moves that was on the chart, and that involved him being on all fours, me being on my back. So I was supposed to lay on my back, and he got on all fours above me, and I was probably um, third grade, fourth grade. So I was too young to grasp right away that that was way inappropriate. But so I was supposed to lock my ankles behind his head and hold on to like his lower back while he crawls around with me attached to him, which I couldn't because he was way bigger than me. And so like his crotch was just like inches from my face. It horrifies me. Like it's one of those situations where you just feel like, oh my gosh, like why didn't I go tell someone right away? But you know, I he had been my teacher since like kindergarten as far as gym goes. Um, so I wasn't able to hold on to him, and my hands went sliding down his butt, and I fell to the mat. And everybody just, all the kids were just laughing, and I'm looking at them like, do you not see what he's doing here? You don't. Everybody thinks this is funny and not wrong. I don't even know how long it took me to tell my parents about that. Oh, the crow's here. He's gonna get mad at me. Hi, crow. You can get a drink. I haven't attacked you yet. Okay, fine. Fly away. Um, yeah, that was really disturbing. And then there was another incident later where he kept two girls after class, and they were just barely starting to develop, and he I don't even know why he kept them, but he like pinched one of them like on their side, you know, close to their armpit area. Um, and my mom and I both watched as he stormed, well, yeah, like he drove off really angry that day because he was talked to about that one. And well, both of the girls, um, both of them, their moms worked at the school, so that was dealt with. So, yeah, I looked him up recently, and now he does photography, and I don't think he actually photographs people so much. He um, likes to photograph the outdoors or something. So it was frustrating because like people just loved him because he's so charismatic, and um, he was always had really fun things for us to do. Great singer and stuff. Everybody loved him, you know. But he was not what people thought he was. Christy, I'm sorry you had such bad things happen to you. It sucks. Like I want to like people right away, and I want to trust people, but it's just getting harder and harder. Like the older I get, the more stories I hear. Um, we had a guy. Like suddenly, I saw my friend's two sons confronting someone in court on the news, and they had both been abused by the guy. He was a coach. Lied about his age. He was really like 38 or something, and said he was 24. I guess so that would give him more of a big brother kind of appearance. Um, and then like the older boy just felt horrible because he didn't tell in time to save his brother from also being abused. And the guy just like really ingratiated himself with the family and just made um, friends with them to the point that they would have him over for dinner, and then they trusted him to have the boys over just to, I don't know, play games and stuff. So yeah, that was absolutely horrifying. I had no clue her family was going through that, but I could tell she was going through something. She just was not being very talkative at church or anything. So, yeah, between my relative who deals with perverts on a regular basis, and like all the things that have happened to me and friends and everything, it stinks. Okay, Terry, glad you're multitasking. Um, yeah, Deccan, I think one of the reasons um, I was attracted to my husband is he felt safe to me because he's not um, like outgoing and wants to make himself look awesome in front of everyone. You know, I felt like, okay, he's not a predator. Um, I'm not saying that's my main quality in a man is not a predator. No. But my worst nightmare would have been choosing someone who would end up doing something to our kids, or anybody else. Because I have known people who thought they had a great husband and they are not. Um, yeah, so I'm not saying outgoing men are bad. You know, I know there's lots of good ones. I was just very sensitive because of things that I had gone through. Um, and just yeah, the gym teacher thing didn't help. I even had a doctor who yeah did something horrifying. That's true, Karen. So let's talk about something happy, like people who aren't perverts. 'Cause I could talk about that horrible subject all day long. Hi, Cobweb. Cobweb, we're just ending the conversation about perverts. I'm sorry. I probably won't keep this video up. I mean, once it's over, it'll process and become a video, and they'll probably demonetize it, and blah blah. Oh wow, Deccan, that's a long time to be single. Yeah, Cobweb, I can always email you about perverts later, if that would make you feel happy. Uh, Cobweb, you have a wrench because I made you a moderator. Now you can be drunk with power too, like Heather and Terry. Okay, Cobweb, I will not email you about perverts. Even though I have one that I'm kind of dealing with and not happy about it. Mm. Christy says I get told a lot that I always look angry and unapproachable. That's because I want to be ignored. Um, I am that way when it comes to people I have pegged as not safe. So I'm a very friendly person, but if my instincts are telling me that there's something wrong with you, then you're not going to get friendliness from me. So I have to go pick a different target. I can't wait for dinner that my son is making. And it shouldn't be too bad in there because this is our first summer with central air. It's so nice. It's making it so bearable. And sometimes we do get into we had a heat wave where we had hundreds for a while, and most people don't have air conditioning here. It's miserable. And my husband often works outside or um, in places that don't have air conditioning, and he just comes home miserable. So it's good that you can come home and cool off. We had our shade tents get ruined by wind recently. Or one of our sons made a fort or something. And okay, good night, Christy. Still feels like early afternoon to me. Anyway, I'm looking at one of the shade tents right now, and it's pretty much destroyed. It's nice sitting out here in the heat, knowing that I can go back inside and cool off. But when it is hot, then that forces me to go swimming, so I should do that. Okay, so when I hit 10,000, my friend Steph said that she would make another necklace to give away. And I had done a surprise birthday video for her a while back, if you didn't see it. She had left a comment that she was going to turn 50 on April 4th and that she'd never had a birthday party. So I made a birthday video for her, and I first had a fake giveaway just so I could say that she won, so I could have her address, and because I wanted to have a cake delivered to her. One of my friends says if I didn't use my deceptive powers for good, she would be very freaked out by me. And the funny thing was, the person who delivered the cake, they actually knew her and used to work with her, so it all worked out great. And she was confused, like, "Whoa, what are you doing here?" And she told her, "Go watch YouTube," because I had just published the video. Oh, this is interesting. The top of my screen says $3.8. So I had a $5 donation from Acura. Is that the portion I received from YouTube? I'm confused. So, anyway, while it took like Facebook stalking Steph to see what she liked and stuff, and I saw that she makes jewelry and she uses these beautiful stones, and then I saw that she liked this one bakery, and so that was the bakery I contacted, because I thought, okay, she likes their cakes maybe, and they did a mirrored cake because it kind of reminded me of the gemstones that that she does. She does wire jewelry, and so I had so much fun with that. Like I love to plan surprises so much, and so yeah. Later on, I think it was for. I don't remember how many. It might have been for my 5,000th subscriber giveaway. But anyway, she sent 2 necklaces, one for me to keep. It's made of sea glass. It's really pretty, and then a rainbow one that I gave away. So yeah, she said for my 10,000, she's gonna make another one. So I'm excited about that. Hi, Lynn. How are you doing? Little piece 50 looks way hotter than it used to be. Cowboy, did you just say you're turning 50? Who? What? What did I miss? Cowboy, did you just say you're turning 50? I can't keep up. When's your birthday, Cobweb? When? Tomorrow? The day after tomorrow? When is it? On Tuesday! Well, happy birthday to you. What are you gonna do on your birthday? We went to Cheesecake Factory with a friend and a bunch of choir friends on Thursday. We ended up singing to her like 3 times in our super loud choir nerd sort of way. I can hear my son chopping food in there. It makes me happy. I guess I should have had him find the rice. We have rice. Oh. Yeah, we have rice. You can't really make jambalaya without rice. Doesn't work. I should invent keto jambalaya. Okay, give someone a creepy clown for their birthday. Super warm out here, you guys. I might pour my water on myself. Well, hi Colette, how are you? Were you the Colette that sent me a private message? Because I messaged you back and I don't think YouTube notifies people when you get messages. But it was very nice, and if that was you, thank you. They just took away their messaging system. And another thing is you can't look at those messages, well, not on tablets anyway, but they didn't have it on mobile. Yes?
Okay, the onions are chopped. I don't know what's next.
Okay.
I don't
So,
know where anything is or better.
okay, you need 3 cups of rice. Is there enough rice in there?
I don't think so.
I think we have another bag of rice somewhere.
It's like 2 cups.
Okay, we'll look in the pantry and see if there's more rice. I'm pretty sure there is.
Look at. You looking for more rice?
Yeah.
Are you still doing a live stream?
Oh yeah, I'm live streaming, so go inside. You can't be trusted and you know it. Go inside. I'm gonna hurt you. Go in.
She's in my way.
Okay.
Yeah, there's more rice.
Okay. So yeah, 3 cups of rice. First do we have vegetable oil?
Probably.
Okay. So you pour in a little vegetable oil in the pot, and then you're gonna add the peppers, onion, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. It's really tiring telling my son what to do. Yeah, Colette, I did get your message. It was really nice, and I appreciated it. Karen, you're allergic to lobster? Sad. They'll probably come back out here and ask me how much cayenne pepper and salt again. It's okay. Well, it's sad, Karen. Are you allergic to crab too? Ubuntu used to work at Red Lobster, and then you have a puke face. Is the puke face to warn us that we should never eat there? Cobweb, you've had a stomach bug for 2 weeks? Are you sure it's a bug? That's horrible. Have you been to any lakes or water parks recently or anything?
Hey, how much onion and pepper is it?
3 cups of onion, 1 cup of bell peppers, and then 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper.
3 cups onion, 1 cup pepper.
Uh-huh. Well, when I was sick back in college, people said there was a really long virus going around, but after a month of puking my guts out, I realized it was not a virus, and that lasted for 3 months. Oh my gosh. So, I have some happy news. Speaking of, my niece has been throwing up to like 14 times a day for 10 months. And she's 11. She just turned 11. And of course, when they couldn't figure out what it was, they said, "Oh, maybe you have anxiety," and they sent her to a therapist and stuff. And she said, "I don't feel anxious. Like, I would know if I felt anxious." And my sister-in-law did a bunch of research, and then she demanded they do something called a HIDA scan, and that tracks some dye that goes through your liver, bile duct, and gallbladder. And it turns out her gallbladder is only functioning at 20 to 30%. So the poor thing has been absolutely miserable. It's so frustrating that, like, my sister-in-law had to be the one that demanded the test, you know? Like, I've been through that kind of crap where, "Oh, we don't know what it is. Why don't you go see a psychiatrist?" Yeah, well, I'm very grateful that they finally know what it is, but they're feeling hesitant to remove a gallbladder from someone that young, but I'm sure they're going to have to, because she missed, I think, 60 days of school. And she was already skinny to begin with, so I can't even imagine. But yeah, I went through things where I was diagnosed incorrectly. And my gallbladder actually was healthy, but they removed it and biopsied and went, whoops, it was healthy. So, they're not in the same state as us, but I was about ready to fly down there and yell at her doctors and say, "Look, I was told the same sort of garbage, and I have a real disease. So, thanks, idiots. You're gonna do every test in the book." Yeah, well, I think it will help a lot just for them to know what it is. Like, I think she'll have to limit fats and stuff. She'll probably just have to avoid all fats. And it's not that she has stones. So there aren't any stones. It's just not functioning right. No idea why. Lynn? What does that mean? I ended up in the ER due to gallbladder. I was told by the doctor I must like
Okay,
hot
2
dogs.
teaspoons salt, one cayenne.
Yeah,
2 salt, 1 cayenne.
yeah. If you reverse that, it would be miserable for everyone.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that's good, Terry. Well, yeah, cobweb 2 weeks is a long time to have a virus. That sounds very suspicious to me. So, do you still have your gallbladder, cobweb? Uh, Gallbladders, they store bile, which breaks down the fat in your food. So, if your gallbladder is removed, you still have bile. It's just not pumping it out. Um, and so, when people lose their gallbladder, they often have a hard time with fatty foods after that, which isn't very good for you anyway. So, like deep fried food, especially. Yeah. Hi, Computer Blue. How are you? Look, I'm a normal color today. So yeah, I guess the liver is connected to the bile duct, which is connected to the gallbladder. So the liver produces bile, and then the gallbladder stores it for when it's needed. Lynn, you like burnt weenies, Lynn? Deccan, you have no thyroid, so what do you have to take? Synthroid every day? Ubuntu says, I'll keep my gallbladder then. I need my fried cheese. Oh, you guys, isn't it fun that I know so much about the gallbladder? Whee! So, my mom had a diseased gallbladder, and when it didn't have stones, so when they couldn't figure out why I couldn't stop throwing up, the doctor, and then I had this pain too. Um, my doctor said, okay, well, I think it has to be your gallbladder then. But I stopped throwing up 2 weeks before the surgery, and then I said, can I not have the surgery now? Because that would be great. And he said, no, I still think you had a really bad attack. So, but maybe I would have had to get it out later, you know? So I've had friends who had to have their gallbladders removed when they had like a newborn baby. So I would prefer not to go through that because I would have been devastated if I had to be separated from one of my babies. And I've had that happen to friends for other reasons too, and I would lose it. Lynn, you're cracking me up. Um, yeah, so they never did a colonoscopy on me till I was 23. So I had the horrible sickness when I was 19, and then yeah, like 4 years later, finally had a colonoscopy, and I actually have colitis, and that kind of go into remission at times, and other times I'm miserable for long periods of time. So when I had, which video was it? The videos where the one about giving a computer scammer, a tech support scammer, TMI or something. Like you see me start to get sick in the middle of that, and that was when I was going through a bunch of stress. So it threw them off, and they said, well, colitis shouldn't cause throwing up. I said, well, I beg to differ. And then my mom and I had both been sick for years, and so I called my mom and said, make them do a colonoscopy on you, and like we both have the same disease. Ubuntu says, I refuse to drink almond milk because it's a lie. You cannot milk an almond. I had a friend who had to do a strict diet with her son for a while to test things out, and she made almond cheese, and it just made me feel so sad.
Okay, so I let it simmer on low.
Right now, you just want to saute the veggies on medium.
Okay.
So you'll do that till they become like soft, and then you're gonna add the sausage.
Okay.
Did you season the chicken yet?
No.
Okay. The chicken you're gonna season with another teaspoon of salt and like a light sprinkling of cayenne.
Okay.
Make sure you coat it evenly because then someone gets a big bite of cayenne
Yeah.
and they want to cry.
Okay. So
So
another teaspoon of salt and a tiny bit of cayenne.
yeah, like maybe no more than a quarter teaspoon.
Do I need to stir the pot at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Little piece. It's actually 40 weeks of pregnancy. Well, I guess some women go over though. But the first 2 weeks, you're not actually pregnant. They just count it from the date of your last period. So it's really more like 9.5 months, I guess. Hi, Michael. How are you doing? It's Michael or Mikkel? Michael? Sorry. Oh, thanks so much. I hope I can find some time to mess with them tomorrow. So I have, I like to do the calls in the mornings if I can. It seems like they're more, I don't know, active at that hour. But I have 3 students tomorrow morning. And usually when I get home, it's a little bit chaotic. But I'm going to try. I have a crappy little flip phone now. Okay, so it's pronounced Michael. Good to know. Thank you. It's fun to mess with them, but also educational. Well, thanks, Vincent. Yeah, it's amazing to me that I'm gonna get to 10,000, and who knows how high it'll get. But I love our live streams where I can see what everybody's saying because sometimes I watch other people's live streams and I don't know how they read anything because the chat starts moving like crazy, and then it's becoming harder to respond to everyone, so that makes me sad too. So on one hand, I want my channel to be successful, and on the other hand, I like being friends with everybody. Oh, thanks, Computer Blue. I have a blue cap. Yeah, I like sometimes I get subscribers kind of fast and I get all excited and it starts to slow way down and becomes agonizing. Computer Blue says to hit thumbs up, everyone. But I don't know if I'm going to leave this video up or not because I talked about some sensitive things. Yeah. I'm not a terribly private person, but other people are, so I have to be careful about what I talk about when it comes to family and stuff. Thanks, Terry. Yeah, evil. Well, I shouldn't call you evil. You're not evil. You're Ubuntu. Um, Cobweb, we didn't know until you said that. It could have just been barfing. Oh, thank you, Colette. Good night. Yeah, some bodily functions are more embarrassing to talk about than others, I guess. Why did they make diarrhea so many syllables? You know? Like, all the embarrassing stuff should, the words should be really short, you know? Um, so you can just get it out of the way. Good to see you, Savidra. Am I saying that right? Savidra? Savidra, where are you from? Should I be saying it with an accent? Little piece, it's like they don't typically know exactly when you conceive, so they just count it from your last period, and that's not very accurate all the time either. So if you have irregular cycles, Ubuntu's making me laugh again. Savedra? Is that right? Savedra? Let's have a live stream where I butcher everybody's name. Yeah, a big video I'm starting to work on, and hopefully the 10,000 won't happen till late August or something. So I have time to plan something special, which I don't know. I might not. We might go out of state in August. Haven't decided yet. To see family, because we haven't gone to visit our in-laws or my in-laws in 8 years. Because there's always something like, we didn't have enough vacation, I was too pregnant, didn't have enough money, and now the gas prices are high again, and that's killing us, and our property tax is jumping over $100 a month. So that super stinks. August 28th. What are you going to... Do you live in California, Savedra? We're not going to California. That'd be fun, though. Ubuntu, I just got a friend request. From someone named Emmanuel. It's like Darkra or something. I don't mess with scammers on Facebook. I mess with them like Instagram. So I'm not gonna like talk to them in my real name. But yeah, I guess this guy forgot to give himself a fake name. Because if you look that up, like all the people who have that name are in Ghana. So that was funny. But he had the photo, some, I don't know, random Caucasian guy. Or he might be someone famous, I don't know. Claims to be in the army, says he lives in New York, but also says he's from Australia. It doesn't really make sense. No, Computer Blue. Ashwin was 1 in a million. No, there's not going to be any romance with this guy today. I reported him to Facebook and as a fake profile, and then I blocked him. Yeah, I would mess with someone on Twitter, but they haven't been approaching me on Twitter. And lately, I haven't gotten any on Instagram, but I hear they're on Pinterest too. One of my friends was laughing because I guess she was approached by someone on Pinterest and their profile says, "I am kind and honest man." Sure you are. Yeah, lately I have more friend requests from scammers than I do real people. Maybe I should feel concerned about that. So I had something exciting happen. This was a couple weeks ago. There was a reporter who came across my videos, and then she happened upon my blog, and I got a really nice comment from her. And she said someone should do a story on you, just saying, and wink wink, or something. Or, and I didn't realize at first that she was a reporter, and I just really loved her comment because she was telling me that the FTC was suing these people I wrote the blog about, and I actually meant to do a video about it, and I never did. I'm still going to make a video about it. But then I looked at her profile and went, oh, she is a reporter. And so I said, yeah, someone should do a story on me, wink, wink. She said, oh, I wish I were in your area, or I would. And then the next day she wrote a really nice blog post about me. I couldn't believe it. I thought, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and see if this is still real. It was so dang nice. It's one of the nicest things anyone's ever done for me. So cool. And I'm sure I got quite a few new subscribers because of her. So it's cool. So I don't want to ruin it. But I still want to do a video about it and see if my clips I did already turned out. I don't know. I kept getting interrupted and it was annoying. Yeah, Terry saw it. Yes, Savedra, you are my friends. That's right, Cobweb. Those scammers are all kind and honest. Yeah, he should be out soon to ask me what's next with the jambalaya. Jared! I forgot to tell him to add bay leaves when he does the chicken. It's good for him to see just how much work that you have to put into this. Good work, Deccan. Usually, when I deal with the romance scammers lately, I like to use their story on them first and tell them I'm on a peacekeeping mission in Iraq. So they'll feel like, wait a second, I'm on a peacekeeping mission in Iraq. Yeah, I'm dying for another romance scammer. Oh, that reminds me, I need to make a fake account so I can lure them. Just, I feel like I'm pulled in a bunch of different directions right now. I, yeah, I need to like finish what I've started. I have this big beach trip video to make, and it might not end up turning out how I want just because my editing program is being lame. I'm getting super hungry. Oh, maybe because it's getting close to 8 o'clock at night. So, oh, thanks, Savdra. I always feel like I have to, like, with, especially people who speak English well, and actually are American scammers, I feel like I have to put on the old person act, or I won't be able to waste their time at all. I can, like, delay more when I'm pretending to be old. But, one thing I've been wanting to do is to put on an old man or old woman act, and that they talk really, really, like, unbearably slow. I think that would be fun. I don't know. Sometimes my goal is just to make them cry at the end, to realize they were so close, and yet it didn't work out in the end for them.
Have these been added?
The meat, just the sausage?
Yeah, sausage.
Okay. So you let that cook for probably 10 minutes, still on medium.
Okay. Do I still stir it?
Yeah,
Okay.
off and on. It doesn't have to be. Ooh, I can smell it.
Okay.
Oh, someone with short-term memory. It's a good one. My next ultimate scam call would. So the thing is, I might have ideas when I'm calling them, but you don't really know which one to go through with until you know how stupid the scammer is. Like, if you have one that you know is going to fall for anything, then it's the time to implement what you have planned. It's like my hardest ones were when I pretended to run over someone with my car, the throwing up and crying one, and the British lady one wasn't that hard just because my kids made it more legitimate. You know, like I really had kids crying in the background. Or rather, one kid, and people always say, "Your kids are crying." I'm like, "It's one kid. It's just one kid crying." People get mad, like, "I can't hear anything in this video because your kid's crying." Yeah, well, imagine how the scammer felt after it was over. Like, I listened to that for nothing. So anyway, oh, thanks, Deccan. I enjoyed that one too. That was another hard one, was the tech support one, where I just suddenly turned and went full mental on Larry and Kevin. But anyway, my next masterpiece, my dream, would be to pretend I'm in labor, just to see if they would actually let me get off the phone, or if they cared at all that I was having a baby. But that's one where I can't have any, like, I just can't have my daughter around, like my 3-year-old, because she might freak out. So it would have to be one of the longer conversations, like with an IRS scammer, and because the tech support scammers, like, if they feel like it's not a good time, they're like, "Oh, I can call you later if you want." Like, they're always like the nicer, um, sort of scammer. They have like more of a sense of boundaries, I guess. So yeah, it would need to be a really stupid IRS scammer, and I would just need to slowly fake some contractions. So either Sabrina would be concerned, or she would laugh at me because she would know that I was playing, and That would ruin everything. So I'll have to practice all the fake labor sounds and everything. And if I can actually um, do what I hope, I'll need some crying baby sounds at the end. And people have actually suggested that I should go into labor for a video, and I had already thought of it. So there's gonna be people who go, "You took my idea. You accepted my idea." Blah, blah, blah. But no, I've been wanting to do that one for a while. It just is not Sabrina friendly. But I've been through natural labor 5 times, so I have the sounds down. Yeah, I will have to have I'll have to see if I can get someone to take the kids out of the house, because I can't do that one in the car because I need the baby noises. Yeah, a little piece that one could attract some pervs who decide yeah. Um, yeah. I'll do my best to make it sound like pain. Yeah. That's fun. Maybe I'll practice and I'll put it on Patreon. Then you guys can tell me if there are any issues with my fake labor noises, okay? But yeah, oh my gosh, Ubuntu. Freud had a lot of theories that stemmed from him actually being a pervert, is my theory. I think Freud was the biggest pervert of them all. Terry, I don't have any way to play baby sounds in the car. I don't. Yeah. Oh, speaking of people who make perverted comments, yeah, there was this guy who kept leaving comments that he needed to go do some business because he was watching my video. So I blocked him because I didn't appreciate it. I've also had some proposals and some messaged me if you're not married. Okay. Even if I weren't married, I would not date people who just leave me random comments on YouTube. Like, you can see me, but I can't see you. No, I don't think I would online date, period. Like, if something happened to my husband, no. Online dating sounds horrible. I wouldn't want to do that. Nope. Baron, agreed. Yes, Freud was a sick little monkey. So, like, I record with my tablet, but, I can't do other things with my tablet while I'm recording, so I couldn't use my tablet to do the baby sounds. So, basically, I would have to fake labor in close to my kitchen area and use my computer to play a baby clip. So I would just find a good baby clip and pause it so there. You know how that would be kind of funny if I started to play a baby sound video and then there's an ad. Instead of baby noises, there's a big loud ad to eat at Red Lobster, right? So I would find a video, I would pause it, and make sure there's not an ad before I give birth to my fake baby. Um, Another concern is I don't want my neighbors to hear all the racket when I'm faking labor. I don't want them to think anybody is being murdered. So, yeah, I had someone suggest that I pretend I'm in a big fight with my husband and I yell and scream and he shoots me, but that could lead to neighbors calling 911. So I'm not going for that effect. And also, my husband doesn't want to be in videos. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. So I think labor is kind of my limit. Well, I'm fake barfing. I can't believe that he fell for the fake barfing. Okay, Baron, but if you had my neighbor, you would not do anything like that. Yeah. I've told some neighbor stories on Patreon, but not going to tell it here. What's he singing now? Yeah, so if you want more dirt on my life, if you want sneak peeks, if you want special photos and stuff like that, you can support me on Patreon for $1 a month. $10 gets you an autographed photo of me. That sounds so narcissistic. And $20 gets you a special birthday video. Or me. Originally, it was just I sing to you in a video, and then, of course, I've had to make it more special than that, and so I might have to put a limit on the $20 reward because I wouldn't be able to do like you know, 52 special birthday videos a year or whatever. Just ask Computer Blue. It got a little bit out of control, right? Yeah, scammers are, a lot of them are quite dumb. What's funny is some of these romance scammers on Facebook, you can tell they used to use their accounts as their normal account because if you look at the things that they've clicked like on, it's a bunch of stuff in Ghana and stuff that's not in English and everything. And then they changed their name and their profile picture to something American. So they're terrible at scamming.
Been 10 minutes.
Okay, so what you're gonna do next? You need to find the bay leaves.
Okay.
You're gonna add. You can do like 2 bay leaves because they're really big. So you're gonna add the chicken and the bay leaves together, and you're gonna stir it, um, for a good 5 minutes or so. And then you'll add the rice and stir that really well. And then when you add the water, you do not stir it all, or else you'll ruin it. So you can come back and ask me step by step, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Adding the chicken and the bay leaves.
It smells so good. Hi, Born Wild. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm okay. I was just telling my son how to cook dinner for us. I'm okay, except my butt hurts. And, yeah, you missed the conversation earlier about perverts. We also talked about diarrhea for a while. And gallbladders. And the liver. My son is making jambalaya. Because someday I want him to move out and make his own jambalaya. It's going to be a while before it's done because this is his first time making it. Something wrong in there? Once he gets everything in there, the water and everything, it will take another like 35 minutes. So I guess we'll snack on watermelon or something. Yeah, we talked just a little bit about clowns. Clowns are creepy. Yeah, nothing's on fire. If there is a fire, we'll probably see it through the window. So, a friend was saying today that she called 911 because shots were fired nearby, and this has been kind of my experience with them too. Like, instead of immediately taking down what was going on, they asked her, what's your name? What's your date of birth? What's your phone number? And yeah, that's so ridiculous. And so she's like writing the city council and stuff about it. I mean, I'm sure they want to make sure it's not a prank caller kind of situation. And then she said it took like 30 minutes for the cops to arrive after she reported it. Hi, Mike. How are you doing? How's married life? How long you been married now? Yeah, I don't know why they asked for your date of birth, but yeah. I had to call 911 a couple months ago because my friend was on a walk and this dog was loose and attacked her dog. And she's very small, like it easily could have turned on her. But it seemed like she was like really, really upset when she got to my house. So she was walking to my house when it happened. And at first I thought the dog had attacked her, so I called 911 and then they sent out animal control. The bay leaves?
Yeah.
They'll probably still be fine without it.
Okay.
So, alright. Duncan, you used to work for 911? Did you ask for people's information first, or? Oh, congratulations, Mike. Lynn is multitasking. No, Born. No word on the Colonel. I'm sure they must get a lot of false calls, but I don't know. If someone's dying or in danger of dying, it seems like they should get the information first. About what's going on, and then get the person's name and everything. Yeah, yeah, Brittany hasn't heard from the general in a while. Like I got a brief message from him recently that was just him laughing about something. It's kind of funny. I wonder if he blocked me yet. Yeah, Declan, that's the way to do it, is get the address and... How much for my son to come over and cook for your family? I don't know. You have to pay for his flight. That's an expensive dinner. I'm listening to my kids now. Sorry. Anyway, besides doing a video where I pretend to be in labor, I'm not sure how I'll, top that if I can pull it off. Yeah, like, let's say someone breaks into your house and you're home alone, you have to hide in the closet. Are they seriously gonna go, what's your name and date of birth? I don't think so. That's good, Mike. Yeah, summer's gonna go by so fast. So we're gonna go, I think, we're gonna go to the zoo this week. And maybe, I haven't even made a video about the last time we went to the zoo. But I meant to. That was like back, spring break. But, we have a family pass, and so I want to get my money's worth. I think feeding the goats is the most fun part. It's hilarious. But you have to remember to bring quarters so you can get goat food. Well, I should probably go in and supervise the rest of the jambalaya making. No, Cobweb, it's not.